This is Richard Alexander. I'm the founder of the Sustainable World Project and author of the program Get a Life You Love, Get a World You Love. I want to ask you 3 questions. Are you interested in living a life you love every single day for the rest of your life? What's needed for that? Well, it starts with I'm asking you to give up your resignation. Give up your resignation that this is not possible for you. Second thing I want to ask you, are you interested in becoming a powerful manifester? Someone who is manifesting all their personal goals and their society goals. Third thing I want to ask you is, are you interested in connecting with people from around the world who care? People who care about their quality of life and people who care about the quality of life in our world. If you're interested in any of these, then this program might be for you. So let's get started. Before I start, I want to ask you to give up your resignation. Give up your resignation towards online marketing, salespeople. I request you to trust me. I'm not here to sell. I'm here to offer a value exchange. If you like it, you take it. Otherwise, all is well. Ready? Okay, let's get started. My story started in 1997 when I did my Reiki weekend. I had an experience I never had before. It was an experience of love, being in love, like being in love with life, not with a person. It was so powerful that if I was able to stay in that experience, I didn't want anything else. I had just started my IT company, but if this was so powerful, I would have given it up. And I was Mr. Hotshot Cool, look at me running an IT company. It didn't mean anything anymore. This experience changed the course of the rest of my life. What I learned was that powerful experiences can change the course of the rest of our lives. What if this program could do that to your life? Wouldn't that be really exciting? Anyway, Richard, don't get ahead of yourself. Back to the story. 1999, my 30th birthday. 2 years after the Reiki weekend, I celebrated my 30th birthday and I asked myself, if you could do anything, what would you do? What do you want to do with the rest of your life? Now, the answer was a little bit shocking. The answer was, I want to start a project which would create a world which works for everyone. The moment I was thinking these thoughts, my conditioned mind, that voice in your head, that negative voice which is always whining and cribbing, it answered. It said, what? You want to change the world? Who do you think you are? You're not Nelson Mandela. You're not Gandhi. You can't do this. You're not good enough. So I'm sure you can understand. It took me some time before I was able to overcome this negative sabotaging belief systems we all share. Slowly, I discovered a small voice deep within. It said, what if? What if you could play a role in bringing peace, love, and harmony in our world? Would that be a life worth living? By the end of the year 2000, this voice had become too loud to ignore. I started sharing my ideas with friends and suddenly I got it. I understood what I wanted to do is if we go beyond this control, we all have this control, this mask, this identity. And if we can just go beyond that control and start being honest and share our lives online, worldwide, in interactive events. I'm like, what if somehow we can connect people's hearts? If people feel safe enough to be honest, to share what's important for them, what is difficult for them. I thought if people would have these powerful experiences of love and joy, like what I experienced in my Reiki weekend, then I would be sure that people will think different thoughts. If you feel loving and joyful, you will think loving and joyful thoughts. Then you will speak loving and joyful words. And you will take loving and joyful actions. Now, what if a critical mass of people worldwide every day would feel so empowered? Maybe that can bring a world which works for everyone. So all these crazy thoughts were the birth of the Sustainable World Project. In 2001, I started writing. I sat down behind my desk, I turned on my computer, and for months and months in a row, I was simply just writing. How would this vision unfold? How would the world look like? And this experience of writing was so powerful. It completely took me over, and again, I experienced that same love and joy I had experienced in my Reiki weekend. So what was this access? How do you get access to these powerful experiences we are all so craving for? That took me 10 to 15 years before I understood what was happening. Now I can tell you it has everything to do with our conditioned mind. I would say we're like bio-robots. We think we're a free human being, but how free are we really? Look around you, look at the people around you. Can't you predict how your partner, how your parents, how your children are going to respond to similar situations? We know, right? So how free are we? Now what can happen, and I'm using that in this video, you need to go beyond control. You need to give up that control and just let go. Otherwise, if I don't do that, for example in this video, it will all be, I will be really doing my best, I will be very serious. What fun is that to watch? But if we dare to let go of that control, and if we give up our judgment, judgment is one of the strongest mechanisms which is ruining our lives. Let it go. Give it up. So I was writing and writing, and these experiences were so profound that it gave me the courage to make the best decision I ever made in my life. I decided, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna sell my house. That way I can fund the start and stop my IT company, sell my belongings. Then I returned my lease car to the dealer, and finally I bought a one-way ticket around the world. And in August 2001, a 15-year-long adventure started. The Sustainable World Project was launched. Now these 15 years turned out very different from what I expected. Yes, there were many wonderful moments, but there were also several years with tremendous difficulty. So let's talk a little bit. I'll give you a couple of examples, so then we can get to what was the learning in this, and how finally all of these difficult circumstances led to this program, Get a Life You Love, Get a World You Love. 2003, I started element 2 of the Sustainable World Project, the transformation of education. We started the very first community awareness center. You could say it is like an innovative school. The very first parent of this school falsely accused me of abusing her child. She had the police pick me up. The police actually hit me twice and threw me in jail. And I was shocked. I'm like, what's happening to me? This is not what I created. This was not part of the mission plan. And now I'm laughing, but it took me 2 years to come out of it. These people were so convinced that something had happened to their little girl that they actually threatened to kill me. By 2005, as I was coming out of this, I started the money game. I started investing in equity, I started investing on the foreign exchange, and by 2007, I had turned 80,000 euro into 450,000 euro. 6 months later, I lost it all. Not only did I lose all our money, but I also lost all the money of our friends and family. It was again very difficult. I felt so ashamed. I felt so guilty. I really thought I was the biggest loser in the world, the biggest failure. Not only was I messing up my own life, but also the lives of the people I cared about. It took me 2 years before I could tell people the truth, and I think another 2 years before I could fully get out of this shame and guilt. In the year 2012, my health went down. I think it's the sum up of all the stress of all those years, being broke, being sick, being in debt for like €500,000, and I decided to leave the city and live in an ashram. This ashram was placed in Bangalore South in beautiful nature. And here, everything changed. I realized that all these difficult circumstances were actually gifts in disguise. So let's go over them. In being falsely accused, I learned to forgive. In being threatened to be killed, I learned to overcome my fear of death. In losing all our money, I learned that I am not my bank balance. Who I am, my value, my worth, has nothing to do with money. When my health went down, I finally said, I surrender. I give up control. I surrender. I learned to let go of judgment and to simply accept people. Because I've done it all. I've made all the mistakes, name it, and I've messed it up. So who am I to judge anyone else? You watching this, you might be going through some difficult things in life. And I want you to know our program is a lot about bringing love, compassion, acceptance. And I promise you it will really support you to overcome your circumstances. If there is one thing I have learned out of all these challenging circumstances I've been through, it is that there is one power which can heal all and solve all. And this power is unconditional love. And it comes in many flavors. You know, love is not just that, excuse me for my language, messed up notion we have, this romantic version, the special one. No, it's about unconditional acceptance of all there is. All that is and all that is not. That is what true love is. It means if you get access to that, that no matter where you are in your life, no matter what is happening, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what your past is or what your predictable future is, you can overcome it and you can transform your experience and get present to who you truly are. Pure wonder, worthy beyond words, powerful beyond imagination, loving, joyful. That's who you truly are. And it has taken me 15 years, and now I can see that I've gotten the perfect learning, because now I could put all my learning into a structure. Because I was longing for that experience I had in my Reiki weekends. I wanted it. I wanted more of it. You remember last time you were in love, or last time you were really happy about something, and you felt so powerful, so alive. Isn't that a coming home? Isn't that like, yes, that's how life is supposed to be. But if we're honest, we're not so often there, right? And the same is for me, I'm not above all of this. I'm just very committed to set up a structure so we can every time create these experiences, these powerful experiences. So this learning of the last 15 years has led to the program Get a Life You Love, Get a World You Love. So how does this work? 5 steps to get a life you love and a world you love. I'm talking about giving you daily access to being happy. You're interested in that, Every single day for the rest of your life to get access to experiencing love and joy. And I can promise you the rest will take care of itself. So let's start. Step 1. Step 1, insight. Let me tell you the secret of life. The secret of life is that every moment has everything you ever need. Every moment of life has everything you ever need. Now when I say this, I don't know, maybe just like me, you're thinking like, what nonsense. Every moment, is not offering what all I need. I need more. I need more money. I need more free time. I need a different body. I need to have different brain. Now this brings us to step 2. See, why we're not experiencing that is because there is a problem. There's only one problem in life, and that one problem is our conditioned mind, our ego, the voice in our head, our identity, give it a name. It's not always so positive, right? And this conditioned mind has very powerful mechanisms in play, not only in our minds, but our mind has put them all around us in the whole world. All systems of fear and control, which keep us stuck, which keep us unhappy, but not for long. So, let me tell you a couple of the mechanisms which always bring us suffering, so we get a little bit understanding. Step 2 is about understanding. So number 1 mechanism, judgment. The conditioned mind always judges, always fragments. It cannot see the wholeness, the oneness. It has forgotten that you are me and I'm you, we're one, so hurting you is hurting me. It judges and creates the illusion of separation. And often we project the judgment outside. But some people are also very good at judging themselves. I've been giving myself such a hard time, working on this project for 15 years. I thought I was the biggest failure. Nothing is happening. But you know what? Power is not outside there in the external world. Power is inside. It's not really appreciated, We want to see a lot of money and houses and companies. But if you develop a wonderful, kind being, if you develop who you are, that's the real treasure. So, the mechanisms of the conditioned mind: judgment, projection, denial, attachment. We get attached to things. Don't touch my car, definitely don't touch my wife. We're attached. The next one is resistance. Why you're so tired in the evening is because every day you resist life. This should not be. I should have more money, I should have different, whatever. Resistance wears us down, makes us sick. Next one, fear. We're always afraid We make our choices based on fear. I don't want this to happen, so I'm gonna do that. Doesn't work. We always create what we're afraid of. Stop acting from fear. Stop choosing from fear. Act from love. Choose from love. Guilt. Any parents will know what I'm talking about. We always feel guilty. I have not spent enough time with my kids. We feel guilty in life. And if I'm enjoying, it's like almost like no, not allowed. Because what is fashionable is, next one, last one, sacrifice. It's kind of cool if you sacrifice your life for the greater good. Well, we're not going to do that. If you want that, don't come to us. So these are all the mechanisms which keep us unhappy. Got that, Richard? What's next? Step 3, solution. How to overcome this problem. Commit. Commit to engage in daily structures which bring you love and joy. It is that simple. Doesn't have to be our program, by the way. If you love to dance, if you love to sing, do it on a daily basis. Do what you love and you will experience love, and that will transform your whole life. But mostly we're doing what we don't love, right? It's so difficult. I have to pay the rent, I have to survive. No. That's all the fear talking. You need to be with that fear and choose to do what you love. So step 3 is commit. That brings us to step 4. Daily action. And what we offer is daily action to participate in a guided dialogue where we will communicate in a new paradigm. It's a paradigm of mostly listening and sharing. And we honestly share, what's bothering us, where we're stuck, and we just listen to each other. And what happens? We do this with people all around the world. We're working with Bright in Ghana, Mike in the Philippines, Simone in Holland, Sunita in India. We're the same human beings. And what will happen? In the recognition of our shared humanity, you'll be like, oh, people in Africa also have this. People in the Philippines also have this. Yes, we are the same human beings. And that recognition will lead to acceptance. And acceptance without conditions is what love is. And that's who you truly are. And these dialogues will transform your life. Step 4 is ongoing transformation. And that brings us to step 5, which is experience, which is the result. You will experience on a daily basis that love, that joy. And now I'm talking a lot, but I promise you we'll do some interactive sessions where you experience peace of mind. Unprecedented. I promise you, we've tested out our program for 1.5 years, and you can just read the testimonials. So step 5 is experience, and that's all we want in life. It gets even better. When you're experiencing love and joy, just look back into your life. Remember that time when you felt really good? Wasn't it that life was flowing? You were, creating results. You achieved whatever you wanted to achieve. It is when you are being who you truly are, love and joy, that you manifest, you attract all your personal goals and your society goals. So are you ready? Are you ready to be happy now? Are you ready to be happy now? And are you ready to give up? Give up your resignation. Give it up, or you're going to live that the rest of your life. Are you done with working hard? Are you done with the suffering? It is possible to be happy now. Remember, inside one, every moment in life has all you ever need. Right now, you can experience happiness. I will support you as long as needed to get you a life you love. And then imagine if together we support more people to get a life we love. If a critical mass of people are living lives they love, then we're getting a world we love. Isn't that the most exciting idea? My name is Richard Alexander. I am the author of the program Get a Life You Love, Get a World You Love. If you're interested to register for this program, then either click I want to know more or click on register for paid or free events. Thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.